behind by a father who was working in a mining company. Parang a few years later, bumalik yung son sa city na yun to be with his mother. Basically, I mean, if you want to watch films coming into it thinking it has an issue, that's one way of watching, but I think it would be nice if we watch all the films presented for the story that it has, and then hopefully you can feel with it the story of the community that has been left behind, the story of the environment that has been tarnished by efforts such as companies like this, the stories of the women and the children that are left behind also. Hopefully you can pick it up as you go along. There's nothing that we really outwardly want to tell you that this is the message of the film. I'm sure each and every one of us that will watch the film will pick up different things. And I think that also adds to the whole discourse of the films that we make, the messages that we want to say. And yun lang talaga for tonight. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sunny Calvete. I'm the director of Excuse Me, Miss. Yung film namin is based on stories of contractual workers na nagtrabaho dito sa certain mall, and yun, yung tono niya medyo iba. Parang yung mga issues nila, parang medyo may pagka-comedy siya. Pero it doesn't mean na parang hindi binibigyan ng importance yung issue nila. More like parang parang ina-explore nito yung para Filipino psyche na parang tayo madalas pinagtatawa na natin yung mga problema natin kahit gano'n na to kaseryoso. So, ayun, ano siya, yun, medyo comedy yung tono. Pero yun nga, it's about regularization, and hindi siya, it doesn't give answer, pero more like the film wants to pose more questions about bakit ito yung state ngayon ng mga contractual workers na. Thank you.
Mark Lakay, representing for Agustin. Bale, ang pelikula ay nakafocus sa isang Aita na ilang beses na siyang niloloko or pinagsasamantalahan with his dealings, kasi siyempre ang kabuhayan ng isang indigenous community ay limited lamang sa area nila. So, sa paulit-ulit na pagtitake advantage ng mga more educated people or businessmen, nanawa na siya sa kaka-accept ng mga deals na hindi fair. So, ang story goes, synopsis goes, kahit 40 taon na siya, he tried to educate himself or mag-enroll siya sa grade 1 para lang magkaroon ng purpose yung at matuto siyang magbasa, magsulat, mag-compute, at hindi na maulit ang pagsasamantala sa kanya, which is also the plight of most of the indigenous people in our country na yun nga, access to education. Okay, may mga batas in place to protect the indigenous peoples like the IPRA law, etc. etc. Pero bumaba tayo sa level ng pang-araw-araw, tulad naming mga indigenous people, paano kami susuportahan ng komunidad namin, ng mga batas na to, kung as simple as livelihood, education, marami pang iba, wala kaming access. So, ganun din, sinasalamin ni Agustin ang libo-libong mga IPs who yearn for pagkakapantay-pantay kahit man lang access to education.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next question.
Hello, Gilbert D. I have several questions about the Asian Next Wave section, New Wave, whatever. So I'd like to know the reasoning behind getting rid of the circle competition to begin with. Does it mean that QCINEMA moving forward is going to be giving out less grants? Is the Filipino contingent of the Asian Next Wave always going to come from the grants of QCINEMA? And yeah, basically. And also, what's the prize, I guess, for the competition?
Okay,
your second question first. I think it's $5,000. Kailangan dollars na ngayon dahil international na. But the rationale behind reformatting the circle competition, which used to be all Filipino films that we're producing, into Asian Next Wave, which is a competition of 3 local films that we funded, plus 5 finished films from other countries. We carefully selected the 5 Asian films so that they are on the same par or the same range of budget, exposure. They haven't been, some have been around, but they're not from Cannes or from Berlin. So it was a careful curation para at the same time nag-level up ang circle competition into an international competition. And at the same time, it was a careful consideration of the other 5 Asian films who are all under 2 feature films ang mga direktor. So, sana kung next year makahingi tayo ng mas malaking budget kay Mayor Belmonte to maybe increase the seed grant maybe a few notches. So, the programming for the Asian Next Wave is now our main competition with the usual prizes at stake and awards.
If I can add, we really are striving to be a truly international film festival, and in that way, we also, want to level up our filmmakers so that they compete against the international films. Unlike before, where it was just within the local grants, we believe that our filmmakers have, a voice already and the talent that they can compete with our Asian neighbors, and this is for us leveling up for QCINEMA. And yes, we really hope that we will have more grants in the future. It all depends again on budgets, but we really strive to give as much support to our filmmakers, and we really want to help them level up the game, so that locally they compete against our Asian neighbors for now.
Thank you.
Maybe soon, international na talaga. Who knows, right? In a couple of years.
Yeah. Today, Quezon City, tomorrow the world.